What's up, world? It's your boy Double O coming at you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great week thus far. It's Hump. Hey, whoop, whoop. And this is How to Get Over the Hump Part 2. Thank you all for tuning in. Those of you who have been tuning in throughout the series, throughout this new series as well. This is the second video of the new series. And, I hope, as always, that you are able to take these videos and use them today to start improving your life and making your dreams come true, making your dreams a reality. Last week we talked about thinking, critical thinking, and how important that is to really getting over the hump. Today we're going to talk a little bit about taking action and what does that mean actually. A lot of times, you hear the old thing, well, people are afraid to do something. They're afraid to become who they have in their mind, they envision themselves to be. And the way you do that really is to really do it. I'm going to use myself as an example because, I feel like I have the most experience and I'm better equipped than anybody to tell you how I became who I am, or how I am becoming the person that I envision myself to be. The first thing, you think about it, you write your goals down, and then you start to move. You have to apply action, and it has to be constant and consistent action. One thing that you have to get out of your mind is that I'm going to be who I want to be tomorrow. Really, you start today. Begin right now. I hear a lot of people talk about, I'm going to start my diet tomorrow. I'm going to start eating better tomorrow. Start today. Right now is the time that you begin. Even with your goals and your dreams, you have to start now. Start today working towards those goals. And it doesn't have to be something that is a great, humongous step. Take the first step, just one step. Today, another step tomorrow, another step the next day, and then before you know it, you'll look back and you will have walked the first mile towards your goals. You will have moved yourself closer. So it really is about consistent action on a daily basis. And sometimes those actions aren't so great. They're not so marvelous of a thing that you're going to be like, wow, I really did something huge today. You will have those type of days where, it'll be a grandiose achievement. But really, for the most part, they're just step-by-step processes. And then it has to be consistent action, though, toward moving yourself towards the goals, moving the pendulum forward. So don't be afraid, and don't get caught up in how small the action is. But praise yourself for taking action. Reward yourself for taking action. Give yourself a round of applause. Pat yourself on the back. And don't worry about outside people looking in, because nobody really understands your situation many times. Because I can sit here and look at somebody else. I could know my neighbor across the street. And I could wonder, why they do certain things. But until I go over or ask them, or until they share that with me, I never will know the inside of why they do certain things the way they do. Same thing with you. People look at you all the time. People could really live with you and not understand who you are and what you're going through, because unless you share it with them, unless you communicate that to them. And then sometimes even after you communicate it to them, they're not going to understand. So don't get caught up in what outside people think. What you have to do is focus on you and becoming the best you that you can become and working towards your goals. You will get criticized many, many times, probably by the closest people to you, your family members, your friends, your parents, your children, people who you hold real dear to you, and it's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. But the thing is, you have to look deep within yourself, and you have to say, you know what? I appreciate them. I know that they love me. I know they don't understand but I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep going towards my goals because this is what I want to do with my life. And this is what is important to me. And they have their own life to live. They can do what they need to do. And a lot of times, people give us advice out of love for us, but not understanding what we're going through or what God has, the vision that God has given us. So don't get discouraged. I want you to understand that those type of things are going to happen. People are going to criticize you. People are going to talk about you. People are going to look down on you. And a lot of times you will be humbled, and you have to really enjoy that ride and learn those lessons, because it's the times when you are just beginning your journey and you're looking around you and people are going to not understand and they're going to criticize, but the ones that stick with you and the ones that encourage you are the ones that will be with you at the top. So you just keep going. Don't worry about what people say about you. Do the best that you can every day. Be the best person you can be every day. Continue to work towards your goals. Continue to take consistent action each and every day. Build relationships with people. I'm a music artist manager and music producer, and a lot of people get that confused when I say producer. You see, a person that produces something can call themselves a producer. When you look at a work, artists create songs, but then those songs have to be arranged and put into a certain package. Artwork needs to go with that. Videos need to be created. You have to post them online nowadays. You have to create a sellable package, a product, so to speak, to actually put out and sell to the world. And the way that you do that is you have to produce it. You have to create it. And a producer is the person that creates all of those. It pulls all of those ideas and all of those things together, makes a cohesive package out of it, and then boom, it releases it to the world. So I live in those environments. I have to visit studios, and I spend a lot of times in studios really just listening and building relationships with artists, because without me doing that, my business doesn't exist. And so I want to build relationships with artists and help them with their careers and give them advice. But in order to do that, I have to create a relationship with them, one where they trust me and I trust them, and I see that they're serious, because none of us have time that we can waste. Because one thing I always stress to artists and to the people that I work with is that, and this principle applies to everybody, a commodity that you cannot get back is time. So don't waste your time. Don't let other people waste your time, because you cannot get that back. So as you take action, as you're moving through life, you're gonna run into some situations where, in the beginning you'll waste a lot of time, but you'll learn lessons from it. So it's really not wasted time. But when you learn those lessons, again, you never do that again. You don't go back down that road again. You have to take what you've learned in the past and apply it so that you don't waste your time, so that you can start to become better. And then you make more efficient use of your time as you go. Like when I first started making these videos, they weren't productions as they are now. I just kind of, threw something together and threw it up on the web. Now, I actually go through it, I add music to it and add some text here and there, and some, just little things, but, it's a production. So the same thing with your life. As you start to move, as you get better, you add more as you go, and it becomes better over time. You're not, Walmart and some of the big retailers and all of the people that you see, they didn't start out with 1,000 stores all over the world or 1,000,000 stores all over the world. It started out with one store, then it became 2, then it became 3, then it became 10, then it became 100. Same thing with what you're doing. You're not going to start out just big and grandiose. Start small, because you have to build a foundation that you can stand on. You build that foundation, and then, next week, you get wiser and you grow. And as a person, as you grow and you get wiser and you get more understanding and your foundation gets stronger, you can build higher. But don't discount building your foundation. Don't discount. Don't try and skip steps, because when you do that, you fall backwards. But don't waste time. So you want to continue to move forward. You want to take your time. You want to have consistent action every day that will get you closer and closer to your goals. And I'm telling you, as long as you're making progress, as long as you're moving forward, don't worry about the discouragement of people around you. Take your time, take the next step, be consistent with it, and continue to grow. Continue to, with consistent action, and things will start to pan out for you. And like I said, you take that first step, take the second step, take the third step, and next thing you know, you walk the mile, then you walk 2 miles, then before you know it, you achieved one of your goals in life. And then once you achieve that one, you want to set some more. Or as you go along the way, you want to set more goals, because once you get to one place, you're gonna want something else. It's just how it is. That's just life. You don't get someplace and be like, okay, well, I'm done now. I'm gonna sit down. That really doesn't happen with people who want to help change the world and make the world a better place. And again, that first step is really thinking, critical thinking. Think about, what you want to do, who you want to be. And then number 2 is start taking action, consistent action to become that person on a daily and consistent basis. And doing these things will get you over the hump. And it's not something that's, like I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but consistent action will get you there. You just have to keep moving. Don't stop till you reach the top. Every day, become a better person. Every day, become a better you. Invest in yourself. Invest in making yourself a better person, and expanding your mind, expanding your knowledge and your wisdom about life. And then as you start to do that, you want to give back. You don't necessarily have to do videos or preach to people, but let your life be that sermon. Let your actions be that sermon that people, when people ask you, how did you do that, or what did you do, and they ask you to share it, and you share your information and share your wisdom and help them. But every day, strive to become a better person, because as I always say, it only takes one. You get better, and you make the world a better place. It really is that simple. And if your neighbor gets better every day, and your son and your daughter, or your parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, if we all strive every day to become better at who we are, the world becomes a better place to live. It's just that simple. So, second part, this is day number 2, or part 2 of Hump Day, how to get over the hump, is consistent action again. Take consistent action. Take the first step, then the second, then the third, then the fourth, and you continue to move forward, and things will work out for you, I guarantee it. Become better at who you are every day. Work hard at it. Don't get discouraged. Don't let people discourage you. You have that vision. God gave you the vision, but you go forward. Remember that people have laughed at and scuffed at and put down all of the great sages of our time, but they kept moving forward no matter what, and they achieved their goals. And you read about them in the annals of time, and their names are mentioned among the great people of the world, because they didn't let other people talk them off of doing the vision that God gave them. And I want you to be one of those people too. We can help the world become a better place, and we can achieve our goals together. If you need help, or if you need a word of encouragement, as always, you can email me, check me out on my Facebook page, leave me a comment on my YouTube channel, or contact me via Instagram. I'm on all of those things. So, let's just continue to move forward. Let's continue to work towards our goals and to achieve our goals, and let's help each other become better. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. Peace. One love. Care about.